Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm gonna review for you guys the Pony Effect Coverstay Cushion Foundation right over here. So I've got this for like almost a month right now, and I brought this with me to Poland and Romania to kind of try it out in different climates. I like it so far there because it's kind of colder and the product stays on pretty nicely, and even with a light powder it didn't get too dewy. It still stays on pretty nice. It gave me a nice beautiful finish. I like it, but I wanted to kind of test it out on camera in a very hot humid area in Singapore, so this is why I had this video today. And I've already put the makeup on and all that, so hence recording the intro, but so far I really like it. And yeah, let's just jump right into the review. Okay, so I've already prepped my face. I've already moisturized and put on primer. I've always put on primer regardless of which foundation I'm going to try, because in this kind of humid weather in Singapore, it's just, you just have to apply primer, because if not, nothing will stay on. That I use is the Innisfree No Sebum Primer. It's a very good all-rounder kind of primer. It kind of controls oil, and it also kind of blurs out your imperfection. They have a mirror, and I love the puff. I think the puff feels like you have two of that blue cushion puff and stuck them together, so it's quite sturdy, I would say. And this formulation has very good coverage. Like one puff, you can actually get a lot out of it, and you can probably cover the entire face with it. And the coverage is pretty good, I must say, because I did try it a couple of times when I am in Poland and in Romania. Coverage is pretty good, and it holds up pretty well throughout the day, and it's a little bit fair, as you guys can see. Definitely it's kind of more fair than my usual color, but this is the darkest that they have. And to be honest with you guys, a lot of foundation doesn't really, Korean foundation doesn't really kind of fit me because they are too fair. But that's okay, because I have a powder now that is slightly darker than my skin tone, around my skin tone, which I feel like can definitely make them work and make them kind of, you know, yeah, which makes them kind of able to fit me perfectly whenever I'm testing out foundation or BB cushion that are a little bit fairer than my usual skin tone. Okay, so this is one layer, and I don't think I need to further conceal or anything, because I feel like majority of the things that I wanted to cover up, they're pretty cover up, I feel. Maybe a little bit more coverage down like my eye area, but I don't really want it to cover too much because I wanted to see how this foundation kind of do under my eye area. And I have like an acne scar over here, which I think it did cover up pretty well with just one layer. Yeah, I quite like it. I don't see any bad things about this foundation. Yeah, and despite it being like a full coverage thing, I don't feel it being very dry when I'm using it in Poland, where the weather is a little bit more colder. And I still feel like it looks really good at the end of the day. So far I quite like it, and I'm gonna test it out today in hot and humid weather, so you guys can kind of see and, you know, see how it goes. So right now I am going to go in with my Kiko Cosmetic Radiant Fusion Big Powder in number 3. So this is like almost like an exact skin tone color for me. So I'm just gonna brush this into the matte my skin a little bit. And usually people will be like saying, you know, when you test baby cushion, you don't want to kind of pack it with powder or anything like that. But to be completely honest with you guys, I usually powder all my foundations, because in Singapore's weather it's just so hot and humid that I don't think anything will kind of last if you don't kind of pack it with powder or anything like that. Unless you're telling me you're using a very matte foundation, then maybe you can get away without using a powder. So I'm just gonna buff a little bit of powder inside to the into the BB cushion. So I'm just gonna buff it in Okay, so I have oily skin, so if you guys don't want to powder your face, you guys can do it if you guys are slightly drier, or you guys are in a very hot if you guys are in a very dry climate, or if you guys have dry skin, then you know it's good. So I'm going to use like this smaller end brush to kind of pack a bit of powder underneath the eyes, so I don't want to have creasing around there. And now you guys can kind of see that after I powdered it, it's slightly more towards my skin tone. And this like direct sunlight, I'm not sure if it's gonna be too bright for you guys, or too you know, like washed out, but this is direct sunlight, so I kind of feel like it's slightly better in terms of lighting. I think I powdered enough, and this is the look of it after powdering, and I feel like it looks good, it feels good as well, and the coverage is good. I mean, it's a good everyday kind of foundation or BB cushion that you can use and just leave the house without the need to put on more concealer, so I like that. And I'm going to put on my blusher and all my rest of the makeup, and I will give you guys a little bit of a talk through with this BB cushion. Okay, so I have already finished the rest of my makeup. It's a very light makeup day today because I'm not going out too much. I'm just testing it and then heading out for a little while, and then I'll be back home again. Right off the bat, in this kind of hot weather, I feel like it's not too heavy, but it did provide the coverage that you want. And I feel like from the viewfinder, like looking at it right now, I feel like it makes my skin look really beautiful. It looks flawless. Yeah, and I'm really very hot right now because I didn't have any air conditioner or any fan on, so I'm really hot when I'm talking. But yeah, so far in this hot weather, I like this foundation, I like this BB cushion as much as I like it in the colder countries. And then yeah, so we'll see how it goes throughout the day. So first, talking about the packaging, I think the packaging is pretty nice. It's kind of like a frosted kind of matte kind of finished, and then you have a mirror which is very good, very big. And then this puff, I want to say something about this puff is that I feel like the puff is very thick in a way, because if you guys see carefully here, it looks like, you know, those regular BB cushion puff that you have, the blue section, the one that is underside, like underneath, they just put two together, they flip it around and then stick them together. That is how it is. That's why it feels a little bit tougher and a little bit thicker. So when you kind of pack it on, it feels more bouncy. I feel like it. It's not a bad thing. I like it. I feel like it's good. Okay. And then another feature about this is I quite like the packaging, because when you open up, there's this, like you can see that there's not just a cap, it has a lot of like rubber thing to kind of make sure that the foundation is really closed tightly, so all the product doesn't get dry up. As you guys all know, if you guys use a lot of BB cushion, you guys will know that BB cushions sometimes dry up pretty quickly when you don't close the cap properly. And even though if you close it carefully or you close it tightly, it's still gonna dry up. So yeah, so I quite like it. I like the packaging. It's rose gold, so I really like it. And I feel like if you're very tan, this might not work for you, but like I said, if you really want this kind of foundation to work for you, you guys can actually just buy a darker powder to kind of powder it, or can mix in a little bit of bronzing liquid if you guys want to. But overall, I feel it looks really beautiful. And yeah, I'll check back with you guys in a few hours or so to kind of check how this foundation has kind of hold up in hot, humid area. So hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So right now it's 11 PM and the BB cushion has been on my face for about 7 hours right now. And I did put up a little bit of lipsticks because, you know, it's not gonna stay, the lipstick's not gonna stay. So I didn't touch up any other things other than my lips. As you guys can see, my face is a little bit oily, I want to say, and it's not super oily whereby I feel like it's very uncomfortable or I need to blot. I do see some shine, but I feel like it's okay. As far as coverage goes, I feel like on the cheek area where there's not much of a rubbing off, I think it's still looking pretty good. As you guys can see, the two spots right here has already resurfaced a little bit. Yeah, and foundation has rubbed off a little bit on my chin and probably around my nose, this area. But other than that, a little bit over here because I did rub my eyes a little. Other than that, I feel like the foundation held up pretty well, especially because I did perspire today. I did like exercise a little bit, like, you know, literally ran for the bus, and I think for such a hot weather today, it held up pretty nicely. The blush has definitely faded quite a bit, but I can see a little bit of highlight still hanging there. So I think the foundation for such a hot, humid weather, it's holding up pretty good. And I don't feel like it's super sticky or super gross right now when I touch my face. You know, sometimes when you use a certain foundation or BB cushion, it's so thick and it's so like mask-like that it actually kind of feels so, I don't know how to explain, like it just feels so mask-like on the face that it just, like, you just want to take it off right away. I don't feel that with this foundation. I feel like it still feels pretty good. I mean, I could just touch up a little bit, or I can don't touch up at all actually. I tried other two products from Pony Effect, and I feel that with these two products being used for about a month or so, I feel like overall their products are generally quite good. So if you guys want to venture into the brand, I think you guys can give it a go. So yep, this sums up the review for the Pony Effect baby cushion. I hope you guys enjoy it, and yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you want, and yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.